I'm going to try to explain something to you. This whole idea that the $2,000 that the House just passed is something that the Republicans in the Senate don't want to approve because they believe in so-called balanced budgets, and that this money might be taken away from future generations, or that there is no money to pay for it and the taxes will have to be raised. That's preposterous. Ultimately, the Fed, the Federal Reserve, the central banking system, will have to create this money out of thin air. Just like the financial institutions are too big to fail, as they say, well, the U.S. Treasury is too big to fail. Because if the U.S. Treasury were to fail, then the Federal Reserve is out of business. And that's not going to happen. They're not going to let that happen. Besides, ignore the traffic going by. The Fed is moving into a blockchain and a cashless society. The central banks all over the planet are doing this right now. So money is only a perception. Now, that's not to say that high taxes aren't a bad thing. They are. And that's not to say that many of the Marxist ideas of taxing the rich ultimately will hurt the poor, the working man, whatever. All that is true. But when you're talking about these trillions of dollars, especially right now, at a time where people could use this money and put it back into the economy, which they will. Most people are actually fools. They're going to spend that money. Most of the money is going to go right back into the banking system because people have used their credit cards, max them out, and they're going to need to make payments on their credit cards, which is, what, 20, if you're lucky, in the low 20s% interest. If you're unlucky, it's closer to almost approaching 30% interest on a credit card. You know, forget about the, lucky ones like me who got mortgages at a few points. Well, that's a different story. Well, it's not a different story. Quickly, if you have the opportunity to buy a property, you're better off to own property than you are to rent. And it's just a matter of finding a good location that's is far removed from the high tax areas like the coastal cities as possible. If you like a cityscape or you like to see the ocean, guess what? Just save the tens of thousands of dollars from not living in New York City or LA or Boston or wherever, and spend a couple of grand next summer and take a 2-week vacation and rent a beach house. You'll still end up ahead of the game. So my advice to Mitch McConnell and the GOP is sign the frickin' bill. Give the people the $2,000. It's our money anyway, so to speak. I pay taxes my whole life. I vote for $2,000 for me. I can use it. I can put it to good use. And I don't care. Let the Fed, they're making that money, manufacturing that money out of thin air. The US dollar is only worth, 10 cents or something. It's all, like I said, it's perception. Send us the check.